Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is Cornoe. This is Atomic. Container stands full. I guess I know what the problem is there. I definitely want to do something about it. And I think a transfer station might be exactly what we need. Let's have a quick look. What is our situation with power over here? Still, we are running power. Everything is disconnected and we've cleared all of this up. So the idea behind this, okay, I'm going to pause it just for a second while we quickly think about this. So we've got the two lines coming out here. So this is both producing 18 megawatts of electricity. One of them is splitting off to give power over here. We also have an internal connection that's looping around here. So we're pretty comfortable with power in Atomic. This can run power then out to this side, and the idea behind it is I want to see how much power we're actually importing at the moment. Do we know? Oh, and we need to remember that we won't necessarily be able to switch this off because we are running these two little guys off of that area there. So that's a bit of an issue. So we're only importing about 3 megawatts here, right? 3, maybe 4 megawatts is demanded from this area. So really we're comfortable with whatever we're going to get running it out through this way. Over here we've got, it's not drawing any power, of course, but we've got obviously power, this area being powered. But so an extra 4 megawatts going out this way to power whatever we've got going on here in Cornoe Harbor. It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. So we can link that up. Right, that's the one. The other one is we want to run a full line of export all the way that way. This is a high voltage switch with priority, which I don't know if that really works the way we want it to work. So what we might just do is let's just pop in here. We get our 18 megawatt wires, and I guess what the plan is for me to link this one up. Okay, let's think about it quickly. So we could link this one here, right? And then we prioritize that side. But I don't think it's necessary at the moment over this side, right? So we could use this as a line that's going to run this way or that way. And I don't think it's necessary because we could export in both those directions, actually. I do wonder if we flip it around, whether we could use that as a substation on the other side, the one we just had a look at. So let's quickly finish this guy off here. So if we say you're making your way out here, you're making your way in there, and you're tying it in there, and on this side we are effectively running through there and tying up that way. It does give us the opportunity to still do some other stuff here, and we can definitely get some lines coming out here. If we potentially wanted to run power down this way, we could do so, probably via some underground cabling off of both of these. We could run some power out this way as well. So that's something we could think about. But for the time being, I think this is going to be just fine. So I think we'll set this up and we'll have a look at getting this built. I think this is going to be just fine. So let's assign some construction crews here to come and build those sections. Okay, now we can unpause the game and continue to run. But some reasonable, this is waiting because yes, of course, that's fine. I wonder if we switched over, whether this could be used as a substation. If we export, for instance, could we still run power through there? I think we can. We're going to test it. We're going to test it. But anyway, all good. Okay. The other thing that I think we should be having a quick look at is, can we maybe do a transfer station for this stuff so that they managed a little bit closer. So if we have a look at this and we look at storages, so we have transfer for big container storage. So this is the kind of thing that I'm interested in. Let's have a quick look. If I go to mods and I say waste, no, waste isn't doing anything. Garbage. Oh yeah. This is popping up a few things for garbage containers. I've got these guys. I'm just gonna make sure we. Oh, hang on. We get them in there as well. So now all of these things are in there. Okay, so that's fine. Let me do transfer quickly and see if we've got anything under transfer that we would like. I think we've got them all selected already. Okay, so if we're coming over here, right? So here we've got transfer big containers, right? So if I do this guy, okay. It's a little bit of a funny one. I'm just having a look. So if we were to move them over this way. Okay, what else do we have? Transfer. Okay, so let's just see. 195 of mixed waste. Hang on, let's have a look. 195. So the big ones are 195, right? Got something like that where we've got a bit of a in and outbound operation that we could make use of, right? So I'm kind of wondering whether somewhere here we do a bit of a transfer as a test to see if we can't move some stuff out a little bit. So basically what we're going to say is all of you guys are going to come here and kind of transfer it into this area as some extra space. How much does this actually take? This is 156. And then what we'll do is we'll run probably a distribution office from here to the border. And I think maybe that's kind of the right thing to do. Maybe that is exactly what we want to do. Where would we do it, though, if we switch just on? So we've got some nice open space here, which I guess could be a reasonable spot for these guys, for everybody kind of take their stuff so that we can then either export it or take it to a facility. So let's do that. Let's get a transfer station of sorts in here. I just want to make sure we grab the biggest one, basically, right? And I guess something like this is a bit of a one-way operation is maybe exactly what we need. Oh, hang on. We could sort it as well, I guess. Yeah, so it's in and then out into two directions there. So let's, as a starting point, just plop it in the middle here, right? And then we'll loop it back to those areas so that we could maybe get some other stuff going in there also. Okay, so I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to see, maybe this is going to sort us out. So what we'll do, we'll try and find this. Yeah, I think that's okay. Similarly, we're going to do this. We're going to... don't want to do that. We want to make sure that this is kind of done. So, yeah, that's going to be fine. I'm happy with that. Actually, do we do... Let's do this, right? Where does that... Okay, so let's do that. We'll do that, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to redo this one. So let's clear that off, and what we'll do is we'll have something run up here, and we'll tie that in there. I just want to see, because this could be a pretty reasonable place. So let's get all of these things assigned so that we can see how we go about that. So this is going to be a bit of a starting point for maybe some garbage transfer that we can then ultimately move to some other facilities. Obviously, rail connectivity might be a thing in the future for us to have a look at as well, so we'll keep an eye on that also. Now, we've got people working here, which I can switch off for the time being until we get the rest of this stuff built, so that's okay. We'll leave that be for the time being. We'll clear about some of these messages. We'll come and have a look at what's going on over here. We are slowly building those. That is fine. Okay, excellent. What's going on with this area? I think we're slowly getting... Oh, actually, this path is almost done. This path is done. This is being constructed. I didn't want to connect these just yet because I'm not sure what we're going to put in this area as is. So we could start making, getting some of this up and running. We do not have any more capacity. We're already need some more people. Yeah, we can already start building some of this stuff. So let's get that going. Let's get some of this moving. So if I do one connection there, close this out for me, please. We'll get that moving. We'll kind of get this moving. We will have a look at. Yeah, well, let's start off with like 2 of them, right? We do that and we do that and we switch that in there. That should work as well. So we can start all of the journeys on all of this stuff. And I was kind of tempted that let's switch off the F4. We're not doing the snapping, right? So yeah, this is a little bit of a funny one. If we do this, can we connect that? Oh yeah. We can do all of that. So let's get all of that moving. I guess we want to assign some of these guys, some of those guys, some of those guys to start building all of that so that we can get this new housing coming our way. That would be good also. Okay, so we're moving pretty quickly. We're actually in very good shape with all of this stuff. Oh, this was kind of blocked out for a while because we had the trains blocked in here for a bit. Let's quickly keep track of what our guys are doing. They are that one is done all the way. No, not all the way, but it is moving. I guess we'll see the track builder coming over here to continue its journey. Yes, okay. So that's underway. This should be done. Excellent. So we can certainly switch this one over to... Where is this power coming from? This power is coming from over there. So we can switch this over to export. Now we're exporting 18 megawatts of power. We can make our way over here and have a look at that. So now it's running a pretty reasonable setup here, right? Very good, very good. We should be making a lot of money from that, I think. Well, maybe not tons of money, but we should be making reasonable money. And if we have a bit of a look at our power overlay here, I just want to have a look. Let's do that so we can see. Yeah, so we're running a nice big 16 to 18 megawatt to the border over there. And once this is built, this is built as well. So as you can see, this is not doing anything. Now, let's flip this one over and see what that does. If we flip this one over to export, I just want to see, does this thing have power? Does not have power. Okay, so back to import until we fix this. And I guess that means we'll need to do a little something here. We'll need to do something. Where is our go underground? We should be able to do something. This is just a standard split, right? A switch. Ooh, it's not a standard switch. It's not a standard switch at all. We cannot take power into that direction. That's a bummer. Okay, so where are we going? So we're going from there to here. That's not good. We've got this guy. This guy should have stuff. This guy should definitely have stuff, right? Okay, hang on. Let's have a look at our power situation here. So if I go and grab this, so I could run cables to these two, right? To these two facilities here. It's not the most ideal, but I guess we can run them. We can run the underground cabling to these two facilities. So we've got 2 cables coming in through here. But maybe I'm now all of a sudden I'm wondering whether the issue is this switch more so than anything else. So let's replace this switch, right? So if I said, let's have a look at what else we're doing. So these guys are coming here. And then, and there, right? And then what are we doing? with the rest of the power. Okay, hang on. Here we go. It's going above ground over here. So this should be all good. All we need to do is replace this with a normal switch, I guess. Yes. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get a normal switch going here, which we'll be able to build everything we need, I think, apart from this one. But that's gonna kind of be okay. So let's just get a normal switch going. What are we after in terms of normal switches? We're looking at not that. We're looking at maybe something like this, right? We want a couple of big lines to make their moves over here. Yeah, I think so. That's really the plan. So let's do that. We'll get this one going in here. We're all on the gravel roads, on the dirt roads here. So let's do that. We will assign a little bit of construction over here. So let's get that thing built. At the same time, I guess that means, we can't. We'll have to disconnect these things completely. Okay, so let's get the basics built and then we'll see how best we manage it. Over here, it's not going to be the end of the world for us to go without power for a while. There, we don't need to because we'll have that powered. So the question mark really just remains how we're gonna tie these things in. But I think that's okay. Let's just get that built and then we'll tie that along and see what that means for us. We're getting these roads built. Let's make sure to also start the construction over here so we can get that built. I kind of like the idea of all of this stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. Everything is working. Have we got all of this built? We do. Okay, so now I don't think we really don't actually. So at the moment, maybe what we need to up this a little bit, so to get that filled up a little bit more. That's really it for us at the moment, I guess. We'll start looking at our transfer stations in just a while. Excellent. Construction is starting to get into effect over here, so that's good. We're getting all of these little paths built. Those paths are built, so these, I guess, can start the construction journey. Excellent. That's really good. Making good progress with these things. And I guess we'll have a look at the end of July what our exports were looking like in terms of power specifically, because power is we're running a lot of power being exported in that direction, and we're not even making a dent in this, right? This guy's operating 50%. We're not even making a dent. This must be heating, right? Yeah. Okay, so the other thing that I thought we may need to have a look at is getting a little bit of a bus running from there to here. So make sure that we've got whatever we need in terms of workers in this area, because we were struggling a little bit with workers. So maybe we'll buy ourselves a few more buses here. We would like buses, please, and then we would like speedy buses. And I think these are the ones that we're after. So I'm going to do maybe 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that, and we'll set up our very first line associated with this bus stop here. So we'll start it off by pulling in there. Then we go in here. We will be loading up on all the kind of workers we would want. And then we will go and drop them off in this location, unload all the kind of workers that we would like in that area. And this is going to be called the what? Oh, look at that. It's a nice direct route, actually. It's ultimately a very nice direct route here. So this would be that way anyway. Okay, so that's fine. Let's keep this one in here. What is this one called? Atomic Industrial Bus Platform. Okay. And then this one here is called Atomic Bus Station. Okay, so anyway, we'll just call this Bus Station to eating workers. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to set this vehicle line to all of these guys. You. We're going to set it to all of those, and we're going to say, make a start, buddy. Make a start, and make a start. There we go. Everybody's doing their thing. We're going to start running some buses into the general area where we wanted to go to. Excellent. So hopefully that means that we're going to get a little bit of resilience at this heating area here. And also with the, I mean, look at this. We've got almost no waters here. So really we do need to bump this up a little bit. Yeah, really we do need to bump this up. Get some workers over here. That's definitely what we want to do. This is starting to get really busy, and we have power in this area, so we could have a look. But I guess here we want this route to be the priority. So I'm not sure we need signals in this area. But anyway, we'll slowly start to get everything done. We're building some more stuff over here. This is all set up so we can make a run for it. If we can fill up some of these things. Just have a look at this. We are full on with these guys. So that's good. We should be getting these up and running, and let's quickly go over here to see what's happening. Some of these things quite slow, I think. There we go. It's pretty slow to get this up and running. We do want to at least make sure we can make that work, of course. Yeah, interesting. We are loading up on massive amounts of iron, and I guess we have a look. Oh, this is being reconstructed at the moment. Machine replacement in progress. We should build some other stuff here as well. But I guess the other train has left. It's interesting. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. I'm kind of contemplating the next track builder, so we can actually have 2 track builders doing this thing here. Where is our track builder? It's not. Oh, here it comes. Oh yeah. So it's electrifying as we go. Definitely electrifying as we go, so that's pretty cool. Electrify across here. Okay, so all of that's working. We've got this area functioning. We need to plan out our construction industry, and I guess that's the next thing for us to do while we wait for a few other bits and pieces to pop in. We need to have a bit of a look at that. Okay, so let's plan out our construction industry. So we need gravel. Gravel is the first one, and we need a nice big gravel processing plant that's going to get us lots and lots of that. Okay, that's the big one. Okay, so that's a big gravel processing plant. We will get ourselves. Okay, hang on. Let's actually start off with a gravel quarry. Okay, so if we look gravel quarry, this one does 3.5 tons of quarried stone per day per worker. Okay, this one has the same rate. Okay. How many parking spots? Okay, so we can have up to three kind of guys in here. I think we have one of those over here, right? Oh, actually we don't. Where is our quarried stone? Where? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is the small gravel processing plant. So really, this is not a comparable option for us. So okay, let's go back. Let's have a look. So we'll have some gravel in this area. So that's the plan, is for us to make use of this gravel, because this gravel is the first. Well, we only have kind of this area. So we'll grab a gravel quarry or two. This is a pretty reasonable source. So what we'll do. Oh, we can actually bring in fuel like this. Okay, but let's say we need to. Okay, so let's forget about that. Let's start off with a nice big processing facility. Okay, so let's say we're doing. Yeah, let's try and be reasonable with how we're actually going to connect these things. So if we said we wanted to do. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a lot. We'll need to bring the guys back over this way. Where's the traffic jam? That's the one. Okay, let's do. Okay, so we've got these guys ready to go in the area. So let's grab one of these depots or something, a road depot, a free road depot. We'll pop it in there. We'll move these buddies from over here we will move them to this spot. Okay, so they can start making their way over because we will need to probably terraform just a little bit. Okay, so first things first, gravel processing. So let's say we bring in something like this over here. So let's do that. Okay, so we'll do something like this. And we need a name for this area. We'll need to think of something. If you have some suggestions for our construction area naming, please let me know. Then, of course, we'll need some storage. All right, we'll need some storage for all of this. It's always a bit of a challenge to get the storages. I think maybe something like 2,000, 2,500. I'd like the nice long one here. And obviously, what we're going to be keen on is to let's flip around. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to do... Okay, so let's do something like this quickly. I want to make sure... Yeah, it's pretty reasonable like that. I don't want to connect it yet. What I'll rather do is get a connection in there. So if we were to come this way and say, buddies... Ooh. Is this an engine? Conveyor overpass. I guess it's supposed to be an engine. Look at that. I might be open to this idea. Okay, so let's do that. We'll get that engine overpass going so we can actually keep... and that should be an engine, right? So that should run stuff in here all the time. Now we can get the roads kind of connected up here. What we'll also do is we'll go back. We'll get the gravel industry over here. Gravel... We're not pausing, right? We're not. Oh, hang on. Let's quickly go back. Have a look at what our economy looked like last month in terms of exporting of resources. Look at that. Power has gone to a net export of 42,000 for power, right? That's a big number. That's exceeding our mechanical components. And we're still not, I mean, we're not, there yet. So if we go the month before... We did start exporting the power, and we did make a little bit of money. So really, our first full month of power exports ended up giving us 44,000 rubles in terms of power. Hang on. Let's just go with last month. 42,000 in terms of it, which is good, which is a really good number. So that's going to be good for us. That's ultimately going to be good for us. Okay, we can continue this journey. Now, we want the gravel quarries, the big ones, right? These guys, yeah, the big ones, right? This is the big one. Yeah, this is the big one. We'll still contemplate whether we need anything else here. So the idea is, wow, look at that. That's a 90%er right there. So I guess something like this is good, right? We can plop one in there. We can get another one kind of over here somewhere, and we can get one over here. And if we can bring them fuel, the guys will never have to leave, but we will need to make sure that we're actually getting them to do their thing, right? 75%. Let's do that, and we'll get an 84% over here. I do like the idea of doing them. We want to make sure that we're really getting the value for it here. Something like that. And then what we basically need is we get our conveyors together here. So the plan is really to do a little bit more something like this instead, right? To get all of that working. Do we have... Yes. Do we have this instead? Oh, man, look at that. This is really nice. We'll find something to work here. Oh, man, I love it. That is beautiful. Let's get that going. That should be quite useful. So now we can be able to get paths going through to all of this. The real issue with this, though, is we can't really expand it. So what we might just do in this location, I might clear this one out. We'll demolish that one. We'll grab another one of these overpasses. I do like that. And what we'll do is try and run something like this here, right? We'll have that going. Give me this one connected up there. The idea is we'll get this one connected over there, which means we can do 2 more over here somewhere. So let's go ahead and assign that. So now we've got actually pretty reasonable pathing access through this area as well, and we've got that going. So that's the first step. So this is our gravel operation here. So from here, we need to, of course, get another kind of massive storage, right? I'm going for the big guns, 5,000. If we flip it around, here's my path. Okay, so the path's always going to kind of end up there. I am, generally speaking, open to this idea. And we will do something like that. Okay, let's do that. And again, what we'll do is we'll get something like this in here so that we make sure that all of these things are properly accessible. We'll do something like that and make sure that we keep that nice and full. So now we'll get all of these kind of roads connected to one another, and that'll kind of work. So that's our plan with gravel. We need to have a look at how we're ultimately going to tie the train stuff in here. This needs a pretty spectacular train operation, but I think it's going to be able to fit in this area, so that's good. The next one I want to have a look at with regards to construction, which is the other thing we're keen on, is a wood cutting post and a sawmill. So if we were to say wood cutting post, and we might pull it up a little bit higher in here, into the hills, not too big into the hills, but something like this, right? I want a wood cutting post that's kind of on the edge of the hill. So if we do something like that, and then what we'll need to do is we'll need to get a sawmill kind of down here somewhere, and it will need a little bit of help as well, right? But I think so. The question is, if we do the sawmill like that actually kind of worked, right? If we now get the wood cutting post somewhere over here, I guess if we spin this around, how deep can we get it? That seems to work. I don't mind that. That seems reasonable, and that's on the side of the hill. So presumably we can get a little bit more going with regards to that. I haven't done the new areas, so we'll see. I mean, the new kind of reforestation items in the game yet. So that's kind of the issue. So from there, we need a storage facility, an open storage of sorts for these guys. And we would like it to be accessible via train, right? So open storages. If we go with, let's have a quick look here. So if we go modded open storage, just want to see what we have for open storage. We've got a large open storage, so let's have a look at that. I don't really care too much for the others. So let's look at that one open storage, this one. This looks like a train station to me. What does this actually carry? 1,000 tons of boards, 4,000 tons of boards. I guess I'm going to go with this instead, right? So we'll do something like this. And then the question is, do we have looping rail lines and things? Okay, what we can also do, of course, is do it down over here so it's not even close to the hill. I think that might be quite useful, right? So let's do that as a starting point. We'll need to have a bit of a look how we're going to tie all of these things together. That's going to be part of the puzzle for us here. Okay, before we continue that, this is taking ages. Can we please prioritize this? If I do that, can I just up the priority to this so that we could get that finished? I want to make sure our steel is always running. Money is looking pretty good. Last month, we imported some vehicles, but last month didn't look brilliant. What is going on with this? Why is steel missing? Honestly, we are out of steel. Guys, out of steel? It's because of this thing. Where are my trains? So it should still be working, right? It's not doing anything? Machine replacement in progress. Boys, this is dangerous. What's the issue here? No workers, no mechanism, resource missing, steel. Can you believe it? Okay. I am going to import some steel. Can we quickly unload some steel for us? Oh, there we go. We've got a truckload of steel there. I wonder if this has been... No, I think this has been okay. Just get the steel out there. Get a little bit of steel in here. I can come back and switch it off in a while. Let's just get that reloaded with some steel. We can't afford for that reconstruction to really end stuff for us. So I might even pay for it, to be honest. This is probably also missing steel. Of course. Steel has drawn everything to a complete halt for us at the moment. Okay. Let's continue our planning journey here. We need workers there, here. We don't need workers there. We do need workers at all of these facilities. And let's just have a look. Where are our paths? This side, that side. So anyway, I don't mind the meandering route that way. What does this look like? Oh my goodness. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, we're going to redo this one so that its path is this way. Let's clear that one out. Yes, thank you. We'll do this one. Let's get the wood cutting post back up and running. This way instead, which is not ideal, but at least we should be able to bring our path in the right way this time around. Okay, so the idea is we'll bring some path down this way. What is happening? This should be quite easy to resolve. Yeah, we've got some vehicles on the way, but they're not here yet. Here they come. First one is arriving, and it should hold off a little bit. Not even close. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Holding it off. Till the next one arrives, which will put it out pretty quickly. Good stuff. Okay, that's good. That's a good starting point here. Can we see if this is moving? This is high priority, please. So I'm assuming it will. Wow, we're clearing this of steel as quickly as we're getting it. Okay, so we're really in demand for steel here. Are we out of steel over here as well? Yeah, we are. We are out of steel. That's really, this is the kind of thing that can get away from you in this game. Is you just lose your stuff a little bit over here. Because you're kind of missing out on some of these things. But anyway, that's okay. We should be fine with that. I can make a start on getting the rest of this built, to be honest. This is slowly filling up. That's fine. Okay, what will our... okay, we need the rail component of things to sort itself out first. So we need this kind of setup, right? And the idea is people need to be able to walk to all of these things. But anyway, I'm kind of a little tempted to have it somewhere over here. But I'm worried they won't really be able to walk through that. Alternatively, we can do something like this, which would work, I guess, as a bit of an end station here, right? But alternatively, this is really close, though. So let's pop it in here for a minute, okay? We do that. What is the other options we have? Railway stations. Okay, that's a little bit on the big side. Yeah. Okay, I'd rather go with this. So let's do this. Let's pop it in there. Say this is the one we're gonna look at for now. Actually, yeah, we need to make sure whether we're reasonable distance, walking distance from things, right? So if we do that, I guess the question is whether we're going to be able to walk all the way up there. We might not reach these, but I will definitely reach this. So that's kind of the idea. Maybe we need to bring maybe we actually need to bring it this way so that they can walk there, and then this one will be covered as well, right? I think that's really what we're talking about. Okay, so let's plan it like that for the time being. This will be picked up. We also need to be able to pick up. We need to this right aggregate loading. We need an aggregate loading station here. I like that's unloading aggregate loading. We don't necessarily need a massive aggregate loading station. Maybe unloading, loading. Yeah, maybe something like this, right? We don't need that to be. I need to switch this back on so we can see a little bit more here. And I guess if we are gonna pop it in here, we flip it around, get this one in. I guess that is not unreasonable. However, I'd like to move it this way so we still have, because some of the gravel still needs to go to other places. So, okay, so that's kind of our rail one, and we might move it a little bit further away. So let's do that. So we've got we can come and load up on gravel over here. We can bring in some of the resources. We can load up on boards over there. We do need to see how we're going to tie all of this stuff together, because at the moment it's a little awkward where we've come across. And the idea really for us here is to get people to this area, which we'll be able to do. Okay, so let's have a quick look. If we would say bringing in some, so we could do something like that. Of course, we could do this. This would make a bit of sense, but what we need to do is we need to. Okay, let's plan this out a little bit better. So if we were going to do waste management over here, so the idea really is that what we'll do is we'll run some rail like this. Give me my snapping back F4 for snapping. So let's do that. So we'll have a rail line. Come on, with the rain. We can tie in. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so we'll have a rail line like this, right? It could. We don't have anything else to tie into over here. So ultimately, we just need to probably tie it in somewhere over here, I guess. So that will give us there. It will not be able to throw us back onto this direction, but that's okay. We don't necessarily need to. We might have to go across that way. All right. All right. That's okay. It's not going to get us on here. It will get us up in here if we wanted to come back. So, okay, maybe let's plan it out like that as a starting point. So there we go. Do that as a takeoff. Come on. How about you work, please? I guess that works, right? I guess that works, okay? So if that's the one, what's with the rain? Now I can't see anything again. Okay, so let's do that. We'll tie these together like so. We'll say that's going to be the railway line that we're going to run in through here. So that gets us to where we want to go and can do our waste management if we wanted to. And then what I guess we would want to do is we would want to try and run it. We would want to try and run it through this area. So that'll take a little bit of effort to make that happen. So let's pick a level here somewhere, say. Do something like that, and what we'll do is we'll tie it in like so. And we'll tie it in like so. So that's kind of the idea there. Now, this guy is coming down here. We need to tie in like this. Is that about right? That looks like a bit of a kink there, but that's okay. And we'll do, come on. If we said something like that, for instance, And then what we could also do is we could tie it in this way that then gives us some accessibility over here. It's not going to be pretty, I can tell you that much. It's not going to be pretty to try and feed all of these things through here. And I'm kind of contemplating, tying some stuff through here. We can't actually do that. Could we, if we didn't snap, could we run something through there at all? If we had a bit of a look at this. Could we thread the needle? Not really. Can't really thread the needle here. So we'll have to tie in here, I guess. The idea is that we'll tie in here. Okay. So if we were to give ourselves access, so that one will go into that direction. So really this one needs to come in from this side. So what we'll need to do is provide a nice sweeping turn. How about you? Oh, we need snapping. Get the snapping back on. If we do that, if we do this, we do that, and then we do this. Look at me going nuts with the infrastructure. That means we can get a little bit of a loop to go out that way. Now, the only thing is we can't, it's not ideal for us to want to loop back this quickly. So maybe what we do is we loop it through here instead. So we run our very own line that comes around this way instead. We could still make some moves here though, right? Okay, so let's redo this a little bit. So let's kill those, kill this, leave that in there for now. Let's have a look. So if we were saying that, we'll be running a bit of an extra line down here that's going to allow for tie-in on some of these things, right? That's not quite what I had in mind. Let's do that. Something like this, right? We go there. There we go. Ooh. Right, so if we do this, it's just a little tight, guys. It's just a little tight. So can we, instead of doing a two-way loop, can we do something one way? Can we say, so these guys are connected, right? Can we say we're coming off one way over here, and then you're going back over that way? Yeah, I guess that could work, right? I guess that could work. So if we're saying this is one way only, right, we'll pop it off early, like so. We'll tie it in like that. We will continue it, like so. I think I like that. I like that. We will, but this guy needs to come in from this side because these guys are coming in on that side. Okay, so that's not going to work. If we were to, hang on. Like I said, we can't get this to work, right? Hang on. I'm gonna do something funny here. So let's try this quickly. If I pull these out, right, and let's clear that just for a second, right? If I did this, that doesn't actually work, but that does work. So the bridge is already built, so we're not gonna mess around with that. Okay, let's remove the snapping, and we'll find ourselves the very tightest place we can get this guy to come through. Come on. Really? It's okay. So that's really it. So we've got a one-way option down here, right? Okay, so let's trim this back a little bit more. The idea is that we will spin off something over here, and that we will tie that in like so over time, and that we'll trim these. Let's trim these back a little bit, and we'll see about tying in like so and like so. So that looks pretty good. Now, can we get the bridge back? What was the bridge that we were using here? It was this guy? No, does not want to give us the joy of running through there. If we were to switch to something like, say, this, could that work? That doesn't want to work. Could this work? That one could work. So I think ultimately we might just... Oh, no. You're not going to work in both directions? Man. Is it... Could we... Let's clear this out. We've got the guys here now, right? So let's trim this back a little bit. Right, can we get a little bit of terraforming to go here? So if we say level terrain from the center, like nice and small, could we potentially pull back here just a little bit? I guess we can do it a little bit, right? Let's try that, right? So if we did this, we brought this guy out through here. Okay, so if we did that, let's try again with this. Let's try the other one first. There we go, that works. This works. Okay, beautiful. So we'll just have to do that. So we'll have one bridge and a second bridge, and then we'll get this guy to run kind of through here. I don't think anything else is going to work in that specific area, but I think that's going to be useful to us. Okay, so let's leave that all in there. Now, the idea is the guys are going to come down this way. So I guess what I'm keen on doing is getting them to go in that way and then come back out this way. But the issue that we have here is a little bit of this. Okay, so hang on. Let's just have a look. So if we were to say we're going to make a nice big turn like so to get a bit of a one-way loop underway. To tie in ultimately over here. So this guy can then go around and do its thing. I guess the issue here is we'll need to run this guy through here to tie back in over there. So we've got a separated loop for our... Yeah, but this isn't going to be it, right? We're going to need more. Oh, we can do that, right? Yeah, actually, we might be able to do something quite fun over here. It's a little bit over the top, I know. It's a little bit over the top. Let's park it for a second, because the rest of we still need to do some more stuff, and we still need road access, and we still need access for the freight rail. And it's pretty complex already. So let's just leave it there for a minute. We'll come back to it. Is this done and up and running and doing its thing with the steel again? It is. So are we starting to see steel in there? Yes, we are. So let's switch off the steel imports. Thank you. So stop the steel imports. Thank you. That's going to be just fine. Hopefully that means all of our reconstruction work is underway and good. This is set up now, so we can have a look at getting this linked up, right? Okay. The idea being that we want to link it up from over here, right? Have a look. If I were to say tie in the big guns here, the idea being that we want to tie it in over there, that's okay. That will ultimately work, but we'll have to disconnect it there to make that work. But we can, because we are bringing in power from this side, right? This would have power even if we switch this side off. So I guess that's what we're aiming to do. So this area is the only going to be the problem area. So what I want to do is I want to just double check that. Yeah, this is powered. And let's double check the power situation ever so quickly. So this is not currently getting any power, right? Even though it is connected, it's not getting any power. All the power is coming from the other side. This should be powered. If we change it, this doesn't matter. Okay, I'm comfortable. Let's go underground and clear out these cables. So let's do that one. I want to clear out this cable, please. This should still be powered, but now from the other side, let's get that office has been assigned to get it working. Let's look at it. So now if I go back, now we should see power coming in. Yeah, here we go. Power is coming in from this side now, and it is powering everything. Good. So we don't have any real power issues. That power is being disconnected, so we can reconnect it over here. Yeah, and then we can redo the rest. Yeah, that should be all good. So that should be fine. We'll get that removed, that cable, and then we'll sort out the next section there. So that's fine. That will work. Got the good old traffic jam over there. Yeah, it's fine. We don't need to go and have a look at that. These things are built, guys. People moved in, happy with everything they need over here. That one is not built. This one is still under construction. These are still under construction, but it's pretty cool. We've got our obelisk over here. That's excellent. That's really good. Lots of workers ready to go. This system is working over here. I do think we need to get these things built as well at some point. One thing that we don't have going for us over here is some garbage collection. So let's get a bit of a garbage collection going on also in this area. I guess I want the one with paths, right? Which is not that. So I guess this is the one. So I guess if I do that, I want it pretty close here, and I want all of these paths really close. So if I do that, right, and I were to say do this, just want to see how much pathing we've got. 125. I think this will cover all of it. I think it'll cover all of it. So can I then have a look at... Doesn't actually want to show me this, but if we go here, that'll work. If I go... as long as it's under construction, it doesn't say. If I go there, it's not actively trying to make it work. But anyway, I think that should be fine. What we get here is we'll get... The big question is, do we need to leave a little bit of room here? Let's move it out just a tad. Oh man, this episode needs to end. If I do that, I'll grab that guy one more time. Let's just get our garbage sorted here. So if we were to do it like this, right, nice and tight. Nice and tight over there. I'm assuming we can get the path in through there quite easily. Actually, it'll be one of these paths then. Which then I think ultimately needs to do that as well. So let's do that. We'll get ourselves a bit of a road connection in here. And I think that's okay. We'll make a start on that guy. And then we'll also need some other stuff happening here. So we need another path there. But anyway, let's get these paths assigned. We can definitely also get this path going. So we'll get the next one built. I was thinking we'll run path through here. Yeah, I think that's okay. The question is, do we just go and tie in over there? I think so, unless we want to run more paths. So let's just clear out this path. Clear out that path, and we'll go ahead and tie this one in over here. That's okay. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's get moving on that. Get that assigned also. Let's get all of these paths going, because these guys now need individual waste collection, yeah? And I don't think we've got the trucks to do so. So maybe what we need to do is get one more of these small trucks. So just get waste truck and speed, and we'll grab one of these guys just to make sure that there's someone that can pick up the small trucks as well, or the small containers as well at this point. This is nice and full, nice and full, and nice and full. So we really don't need any more workers here just yet. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. It's going to start snowing in a minute. We'll see what we do. Is this been, this has been deconstructed. Go underground. It has. So let's quickly start the new construction piece here. And I guess we don't need anything bigger than that. So what was this? This was 15 megawatts. So let's get a 15 megawatt connection there and there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of an issue just for a moment. But anyway, let's get that constructed. We'll then tie in this one here, and we'll run this one in this way. We'll have to deconstruct some stuff and run it in that way, getting our own power sources sorted out. I think the idea was that we wanted to loop it around these, but I think it's okay. We'll just leave it as is there. All good, I think. All good. We should be... Let's just see where we're at with our electrification. All of this is done. This is not being electrified, so I guess it stopped over here. So let's just make sure our rail track builder is busy doing its thing, which I guess it's not. It's not doing anything at the moment. So let's just get the next little sections assigned over here for the track builder. So all of this is done. So please do these sections, and then I guess it'll continue to finish off the rest of that. So let's just get those sorted out for us. And then we'll have to come back and have a look at this. I'm kind of happy with this, but maybe I'll give it a little bit more thought before we finish it off. But I think it's kind of okay. We just need to... There's just elements here that we're not actively tying in just yet. So we could probably move this a little bit that way. But I don't want all of these pieces. Now, we're not too worried about it because it's not on the main line, and we're clearing the main line quite nicely over here as well. So we shouldn't be upsetting the main line too significantly by getting that access point over here. And then the question is really, do we go back into that direction to potentially be able to go into this direction as well? I don't know if we need it, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'm happy with kind of what we've got going on here as a starting point, making use of our grade separations. But we'll have to see whether maybe we do something a little bit different. This is looking a little bit messy at the moment, so I might come back, make some changes there. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Bye-bye.